Good day, everybody. This is Emar Sopertude. Welcome to another edition of the Original Free Kick. On this show, we're going to preview Atlanta United's upcoming home contest against the New York Red Bulls taking place on March 8th. As always, to follow everything that we do, head to the mothership, thesportsinquirer.net, premier site for news and notes in the world of sports. You can also head to our social media platforms on Twitter/X, Instagram, and Facebook. Just look us up under Etienne Marcel Petute or the Sports Inquirer. And finally, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our audio and video hosts, which include YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and more. On this edition of the show, as I mentioned, we're going to preview Atlanta's contest against the New York Red Bulls. We have audio and video from midfielder Saba Lobzhanidze as well as manager Ronnie Deila. So we are going to get right into it and preview the contest. So Atlanta is third match of the regular season in 2025, coming off of a disappointing 2-0 road loss to Charlotte last week on March 1st, and the team is looking to get a win and hopefully continue its winning ways. We'll delve more into the specifics of the contest, but let's hear from Saba previewing the matchup, and we'll have some thoughts on that and then get into more analysis. Enjoy.
What needs to be improved?
Wow, we're still learning to each other, our games, and we're still we're a new team, so it's normal, there's mistakes, there's not good things, but we are all pro and we are learning.
How are you adjusting as part of that chemistry to being on the left with some of the guys you played with last year, Alexi, for example?
Yeah, honestly, last year I was on the right side, but I'm still, I have to improve my things on my left wing, and I'll be able to.
How are you enjoying the freedom to be able to cut inside and find space?
Yeah, it's a nice thing. I have to do more.
What are some of the challenges that New York Red Bulls bring to you guys?
It's everything is same. Our goal is the same. We have to go to it's our home, and it's a home game, so we go for 3 points for sure. It doesn't matter who we play against us.
Do you feel like over the course of these first 2 games and training, you kind of understand better where guys like Miggy and Manu are going to end up in an attack when they're kind of moving forward, kind of understanding their positioning better?
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. After these 2 games, we are improving now. When we lose it, but still we improve to how they play, how we are playing, and they have to know and we have to know this.
Watching you guys practice, you can tell the competitiveness, but also the enjoyment, right? You guys are having fun with it. How important is that to have that combination and stuff, especially when the team early in the season, you guys are getting going?
Yeah, of course, we have to, the training is very important, but also when you enjoy the training, it's much more good feelings in the dressing room.
And you guys have a lot of, I think, 5 of the next 6 at home. Just how important is that to protect the home field advantage and
Home game for me is really doesn't matter who you play against, first place or the last place. We have to go for 3 points for sure.
What are the most important things in your mind about getting results at home? What do you have to do well?
Score goals.
Have y'all talked about the second half performances these past 2 games and how to improve them?
Yeah, we were talking about that because both games it was not so good. We started the second half and we conceded 4 goals. And it's kind of thing we have to improve. So I think in the next game we will improve.
Did anyone have a theory that made sense to y'all as to
It's
why?
not like something.
All right, and that was Saba just describing the team as they get ready to face New York. It's been an interesting dichotomy. It's like they have these solid first halves and solid starts. We saw that in the season opener at home against Montreal, and getting off to a solid game and letting Montreal back in the contest and having to get a late goal to emerge with the victory. And then we saw that against Charlotte, where it was a solid start, but then they let Zaha and Charlotte's offense get involved, and really didn't have a good form there. So we'll see what they have against New York, and we'll delve into the Red Bulls and what they bring to the table in a moment. But let's hear from Ronnie, head coach/manager. I personally like to say manager, but in the United States we say head coach. But I think around the country, around the world, usually the head coach is called the manager, but that's why he's the head manager. But technically he is the head coach of Atlanta United, Ronnie. Let's hear from him as the team gets ready to face the Red Bulls.
But I have seen Brooks participating in some contact drills, and then Pedro is back. Are they available for Saturday?
Pedro is available. Brooks next weekend.
Next week? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's got to be good news.
That's good news. Very good news.
When y'all have talked about the past two games, the second half performances, now that you've had some time to reflect on it, can you put your finger on what's going on?
I think we can talk as much as we want. We have to do something, but I think in the end it's about keeping the right focus from the breaking out. I think we need to understand also when we have played so well in the first half that the opponents are often going to change something because they are not in control of what's happening. So we need to be more switched on and we do the simple things better. Then also communication comes into the picture. I think that's a big thing also. We need to change the rhythm and deal with the challenge you have on the pitch. Because especially when you have 50,000-60,000 in the games, it's not easy to do that on the sideline. You have to do it on the pitch together. So I think that's the main thing that we need to be organized and do the simple things right and start talking and start on 0-0 and go from there. But it was in the last game.
And Cleach, I saw him back out training today. I assume he's available for Saturday.
Yeah, we think so. He's been sick for a week now, so we hope that he's available, but we don't know 100% yet.
We talk about doing the simple things right. Are you thinking about the goals that we're conceding against Charlotte? Is that kind of what comes to mind for you? Just kind of simple things that.
Yeah, that's a simple thing because it's about recovery runs. It's about winning first ball, second balls. It's two situations down in the corner, and that's changed the whole game for us. And then also it's about what we do when we come 1-0 down. We have to keep on doing the same things, dealing with the emotions that we get, of course. And I don't just start to do absolutely everything different from what we did before because it was working the whole first half. So that is this is what I talk about: doing things simple, be disciplined, and deal with the changes and things that happens inside the game.
What about defensively? You're facing an active Red Bulls team with Forsberg and Sofo, both of them scoring goals last week. You're seeing their attack. How important is that organization defensively and getting that right for Saturday?
That's important. But you will not see that Red Bull will play us out. That's not going to happen. It's more about they win the ball, they lose the ball, and they win it again, and they lose it again. So it's about what you do, how quick you react, and you have instant reactions in your team. So it's about balance. It's about winning first balls, second balls, these things that we talk about because they turn us around a little bit also. And at the same time, we need to let them also run after us and be good in our offensive play. So it's a totally different game from the other games, and that's what's interesting also. Every game has and opponents have their own style. So we know what we have to do, and then it's about going out and execute it.
How important will it be to get Pedro and Brooks back into the lineup and create more space for you guys on the wider sides of the field?
I think that's important, especially when we have to play Luis there. That's it's more as a centre back. And then also you have options, because because we don't have a lot of injuries, but all our injuries have been on the sides in the fullbacks area. So that's of course will give more width to the squad. Also, they also often get more tired because they run more. Same with the wingers. So to have double up in these two positions is key, of course, to keep attacking and keep having good width in our game.
How have you seen the team respond after that match against Charlotte here in training this week?
Very good. You know, it's I said all the time, a fantastic group. So very, very good players also. So, and they know what's happening. And we are not the only team that's going to lose in Charlotte. I'm sure there's a good football team. And we know also that when we are doing things right, we keep making trouble for opponents. So it's a lot of confidence in seeing that we can actually, the two first half, you can say that the second half is not good, but at the same time we show what we are capable to do when we are good. So we just need to have longer periods with that kind of performances.
I heard on the broadcast you were asked if you thought that this job was the best job in the country. You said it was the best job in the world. Could you talk a little bit more about that? Why you think that is?
I mean, right now it's a bit of that for me. It's impossible for me to say how it is other places. I haven't been everywhere, but I know every day that I wake up with a smile on my mouth and looking forward going to work and see opportunities here. And I'm driven about the performances and creating something. And I see this club is possible to create to win things and to be something to be proud of. And there's so many things off the pitch that is already very, very good, but on the pitch we need to have more moments that you had in 2018, and that we all are aiming for. Then it's about putting that energy every day to get drive into the group and to the club, and I feel really honored and happy to get this opportunity.
When you face teams like the Red Bulls that are so intense with their pressure, how important is it for your group to change tempo at times?
It's important. We have to keep out the tempo as well. But we have to. The most important thing is that we are organized. You know, if we start to be 1-on-1 like we did against Montreal, then we get trouble whoever we play against. But for this game, you have to move the ball quick. You have to break lines also. And you have to switch the play. So it's things that's going to be important inside the game, and it's going to be periods that they are good and we are good, and then it's about controlling, suffer when you need to suffer, and then take advantage of the opportunity when you get there.
What are you seeing from Saba on the left after he played on the right most of last season? What's he doing well, and what does he need to improve?
I think he's involved in a lot of goal chances in these two games. We have created 12 and conceded 12 goal chances, as I said before. And in this 12 goal chances, we have created 9 of them in the first half, and we have conceded 1 goal chance in the first half and 11 in the second. So it's very clear what we have to do, and Saba is been involved in a lot of these goal chances. We score goal chances, and he what he needs to improve for me. And I think first of all that he wants too much. I think that's a thing. I think he's eager to succeed. Is unbelievable big, and as I said to him, you can't play the game 3 times before it's going to happen. You have to focus on what you need to do, and then you always come to chances. And it's about being more effective, more precise in the last third of the pitch, and it's about defensively that he is not switched off. I think that's the most important things, that he need to know what he's really good at, and that's attacking space. That's to be busy, be into the box, creating things in the last third, and play simple, lower in the pitch. And he's trained so well this year, so I think it's just a matter of time before the whole thing is coming out.
I have 2 questions related not to this game, just other.
Hey, I'm back. All right. So that was Ronnie describing or previewing the upcoming contest against the New York Red Bulls. And as I mentioned, Atlanta is coming off of a 2-0 road loss to Charlotte last week, and he talked about just the organization defensively was lacking at times, and letting Zaha score, and just not having that defensive setup that is conducive, and also offensively just not being able to get scoring chances. We saw just Atlanta not being able to get those opportunities. And as far as the injury report, looks like Ronald Hernandez is out with the quadricep. Brooks Lennon, who was at practice this week, we saw him out there on the field, but he is out with the shoulder, still recovering from off-season surgery. And Jamal Tiari is out with the quadriceps as well. So those are three valuable players that are not on the squad for this upcoming matchup. This will be the 17th overall regular season matchup between New York and Atlanta. Red Bulls do hold a series advantage with a 9-2-5 mark, and New York is coming off of a 2-0 win in their home opener against Nashville last week. We saw midfielder Mohamed Sofo score his first career goal, and DP Forsberg also scored a goal as well for the Red Bulls. So it's a very important contest for Atlanta and New York in this early stage of the season. We'll be watching it and following it, and as always having some post-match analysis. And you can go to our website, thesportsinquirer.net, to see all of that great content. You can also go to our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitter/X, Instagram, and Facebook. And you can go on there and see us on what we have there. And finally, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our audio and video hosts, which include YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and more. Once again, this is Etienne Marcel Pertu for another edition of the Original Free Kick. Until next time, good fight, good night, and be safe.